Greetings to all of humanity. It's really a joy, it's a pleasure, it's an honor to be out in nature and also to be looking at the rising of the sun and knowing that the sun is what powers all of humanity. And as I look and I see how the sun is shining on the trees, it gives me so much joy and so much happiness to know that I'm shining light your path, bringing this message of emancipation to you. A message that points you to look inwardly to discover your identity to be your divinity. Now this morning, having finished my meditation right in the same vicinity, I want to bring a message to you that would uplift you and strengthen you, and one that would encourage you to have a change of heart, a change of mind, to have a change of name, a change of identity. And because that's what I want to bring to you, I want to point you to the scriptures and let you know that many have been taking allegory for history and personification for persons. Thus the reason why I always teach you that the Bible addresses the human mind and must be interpreted psychologically. That it is not literal, neither is it secular history. Therefore, the story of Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, Hagar, Ishmael, according to Galatians 4:24, it says that they are all allegory. And if the story of Abraham is an allegory, and it is said that Jesus came from that lineage, then you know the story of Jesus is also an allegory. Therefore, my brothers and my sisters, I always teach you that when the Bible says that all things was made by him, and without him there wasn't anything made that was made, that it is not referring to a man 2,000 years ago. It is just a personification of your own human imagination, which is the creator in man. Therefore, let me now speak to you concerning Abraham and teach you how he had a change of name from Abram to Abraham. And that change of name is a change of character, a change of thinking, a change of mindset. And the story goes on to tell you that Abram had an experience of a great darkness, of a great sleep, and how Abram met God face to face, and how Abram, did not dwell in Sodom, which is the place of the lower mind, a place of negativity, a place of the ego, but he dwelled in the higher self. So I have something written here on this paper, okay, and I have a H, and show you when the name was changed from Abram to Abraham, the difference was an H, and that H represents an I. So I wrote it here showing you the capital H and turn it the other way around and show you it's an I. And that I represents the single I, showing you that when you come into having the experience of the single I, that everything will change. And when everything change, it is because you would have come to realize that it is your thoughts that is creating your reality, and that you can create your reality consciously, and that you are the Lord and Master of your own destiny. You'll also come to discover that abundance and prosperity is your birthright. And you'll also come to understand that all the characters in the Bible, they're just states of mind, states of consciousness. And that true salvation is self-realization. It's discovering your higher self. It's coming in touch with knowing who you are, why you're here, where you come from, and where you're going. So everywhere in the Bible that you see that someone had a change of name is a change of character, is a change of mind, is having a different understanding, is seeing life in a different way. That's what it is really teaching you, because everything from Genesis to Revelation is parables. It's all written in parables. It is not literal, neither is it secular history. It is just pointing you how to look within yourself and to look more deeply to discover the highest version of yourself. So, my brother and my sisters, when you come to understand all these things that I'm bringing across to you, you'd realize that everyone has a book in their home that they can use to improve their life and to multiply things in their life. And it's actually a book of magic, but most people do not know how to use the magic, and it's referred to as miracles. So what people think is miracles is basically the power that each and every person use. But some is using the power unconsciously, and some are using the power consciously. And when you learn to use that power consciously, you can come to realize that you can choose to live a life of prosperity, or you can live a life of poverty, because it is your own thoughts that is creating your reality. That's the reason why the Bible tells you, as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. So if you're thinking about prosperity, you can somehow, right, by the power within you, create prosperity in your life. But if you're thinking in terms of lack, you can create lack in your life and actually create it unconsciously, not knowing it is you doing it to yourself. So when you learn this, you come to realize that the only one that you need to change in this life is your own self. So, and when you learn that, you will come to realize that your greatest enemy is your own self, and your greatest friend is your own self. And when you learn that your greatest friend is your own self, you learn to love yourself even more and embrace yourself even more and understand what it means to be a child of Abraham, to act in faith, to act in knowing who you are, and to know your birthright. So with that being said, my brother and my sister, I want to thank you very much, because right about now, workers are now coming to work in this beautiful garden and so on to do their work. And here we're doing our work also. And we want to just, come to a close so they can do their work also. Because each and every one of us, we are here in this world for a purpose. And we are all performing our duty. And it's all to build and uplift humanity. So, my brother and my sisters, I hope everything that I would have said this morning, that it means something to you and it's resonating with you and it's value to you. And if it's value to you, then you must share this value with the rest of humanity. So I'm encouraging you to share, to like, to subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. And I just want to remind you, as usual, that this message I bring to you, it is the single eye message of self-realization, of which Matthew 6:22 teaches us that if your eye be single, your whole body would be full of light. And I would have experienced that light because I would have had that experience. That's the reason why I always put my hand on my crown chakra, having burst my crown chakra and come to discover my immortal self, my invisible self, and be sent to teach you the message of the invisible. I always say to you that when you have the experience, you come to realize that it is the rising of the S-U-N in a S-O-N, and that it is the dawning of a new day in your life. For without the sun, there is no life and there is no light. And without the human imagination, there isn't anything made that was made. Therefore, the sun parallels the human imagination, and the human imagination parallels the sun. And the sun is what powers all of humanity. So my encouragement to you is to use your mind power, which is your solar power, your God power, your creative power, to achieve your every desire, so you would have a change, a name, which is a change, a character, and you would walk a different walk and talk a different talk and live the life you always so desire. So with that being said, I want to say peace, love you all. Out.